and welcome. My name is Jocelyn and it is the start of a new month, which means it is a brand new Shop My Stash for the month of December. I'm very excited. I'm extra excited because I started a brand new series this month, which is a series where Google at the beginning of every month picks the eyeshadow palettes that I will be using. Well, at least five eyeshadow palettes that I will be using for that month. That video is already up on my channel, so if you want to go see the 5 palettes that I will be using for the month of December, then go check that video out. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm very excited that this is a new series, and it's short and sweet and to the point, so if you like videos like that, you'll like that one. I am going to be choosing, I think, 2 additional palettes in my Shop My Stash to use. So Google picked 5 of them. I will be picking 2 of them. I'm very excited about that as well. If you're not familiar with what Shop My Stash is, it is a way to get use out of all of your collection, at least those of us who have maybe a more sizable collection like myself. I will be going through my Alex drawers, which are to my left, and picking out makeup to use for the coming month. And then I'll show you kind of what my little setup looks like after I've filled it up with those picks. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, starting off in my base drawer, the first thing that I know I want to pull in is the only primer that's in here. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I only have 2 primers right now. I have this one, and then I have a pure primer, and I kind of just switch between the 2, so this is the one we're bringing in now. Next, I need 1 or 2 concealers. So the one concealer that I definitely want to bring in is this one right here. This is the Kaja Don't Settle Concealer, and I have mine in the shade Rice. I think that this is the lightest shade that they have. I really, really like this, but it is light enough that I can't use it throughout the entire year, but I can use it more during the winter time when I don't have any kind of tan going on, which is about where we're at now. So I'm gonna bring this in, and then this Too Faced one's a little too dark to use during the winter. This RMS one is. I might pull in the Hourglass. I recently was using the Glossier, so I don't think I'll bring that one in. I am currently almost done with this concealer right here. This is the Pretty Vulgar Undercover Concealer that I got a while ago in BoxyCharm, and I'm almost done with this. As you can see, I probably have 1 or 2 more uses out of it, so I have that one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually just stick with those 2. I don't think I'll bring any more of these in. I do need a powder, either the Fenty or the Hourglass. I have more of the Hourglass powder, so I think that I'll bring this one in. And then I need a couple of foundations since I'm not rolling any over from last month. I did put the ones that I was using last month in here. So the first one that I do want to bring in is this right here. This is brand new. I did place a ColourPop order recently and I picked this up. This is the No Filter Stick Foundation. This is in the shade Light 40N. I actually haven't even looked at this to see if this is anywhere close to my color. Ooh, that might be a little dark. That might be a little dark, but maybe not. That might be just about exactly my shade. And even if it is a little bit dark, I can just wait until next summer to use it. But we will pull it in now to see if I can get any use out of it. Fortunately, I don't go anywhere, so even if it's not a good color match the first time I try it, it won't be that big of a deal. So let's see, and I think I need 1 more. I have been using the Kosas foundation nonstop since I picked it up, so I used it most of last month, so I want to give this one a break. The Bite one is a little too dark, and I don't really want to use the Glossier foundation, so maybe I'll bring the Fenty foundation in. I pulled it in last month, but I only used it the last 2 days. So I used it today, which is actually December 1st, and I used it yesterday, November 30th. So I'm gonna bring this in again, but it kind of seems like it might be time to pick up another foundation, especially if this stick foundation doesn't work out for the winter time. Then I'm gonna be pretty short on foundations for my winter shades. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this drawer. Next, moving down into my cheek drawer. So the first thing that I wanna point out is this right here. This is a Too Faced Soulmates blush and bronze in the Ross and Rachel shade. I always forget that I have this because I keep it in my bathroom to use, and I haven't used this in a very long time, even though I've had it for a long time. Again, because I keep it in my bathroom to use the mirror in it. So I'm gonna bring this in because I'm not totally sure how I feel about it. It's so cute though. Okay, so I am gonna bring this in. I mean, you can see how old it is. Look at all of the text that's worn off here on the front. Let's see. Oh, I know I also want to bring this in. This is the Natasha Denona Super Glow highlighter. I really, really love this highlighter. It's been on my mind a lot since last month, so I know that I want to bring it in for this month. I also want to bring in this Artist Couture highlighter. This is in the shade Yas. This is one of their Diamond Glow powders. I don't know how well you'll really be able to see it, maybe just a little bit. So it's a really pretty pink glitter, loose glitter highlighter, and I haven't really used it that much, so I'd like to bring it in and get some use out of it. Okay, so I think that's gonna do it for highlighters. I think I just want to bring in those two. I do need some blush, and I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I kind of think I want to bring this in. This is the Tarte, what is this exactly? The Blush Bazaar. This is from a holiday set a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, and I really, really like this. It does have 2 highlight shades and then a bunch of blush shades in it. I like this a lot, so I think, yeah, it's been a while since I've pulled it in, and I think I'd like to get some use out of it. And I think, yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this drawer. All right, so next into my palette drawer, like I mentioned, I am gonna pull in 2 palettes from this drawer. So the first of the 2 is one that is brand new to my collection, and it is this one right here. It is the At Foresight Raw Beauty Christine ColourPop palette. I did use this a handful of times right after I got it, so at the end, I think it was at the end of November, but I have a lot more use that I would like to get out of it, even though it does scream very fall to me in these beautiful Pacific Northwest colors. I've really, really been enjoying this, and I've only been able to use it for about a week, so I would like to pull this in to use for December. And then the last palette that I want to pull in is this one right here. Such beautiful packaging. This is the Shared Planet Polar Bear Collection eyeshadow palette. This is what the inside looks like. I got this in BoxyCharm, I think it was this year, at the beginning of this year maybe. Beautiful, cool toned palette. It's got these really interesting and really, really pretty shimmer shades in it. So like these blues down here, this kind of taupey color right here. I have gotten some use out of it, but not a ton of use out of it. December feels like a very good month to pull this in, so we are gonna do that. Okay, and just the 2 from this drawer. All right, moving first into my single shadow drawer. The only thing that I want to pull in from here is this ColourPop Super Shock shadow right here. This is a very beautiful icy blue color. This is in the shade Sugar. Let me see if I can get kind of a bit of a swatch here. Ooh, again, I don't know how well the swatch is going to show up. You can kind of see it right there. It's really, really pretty. This is getting a little bit old in my collection, so I would like to get a little bit more use out of it before I have to toss it for getting a little too dried out. I've tried reviving them and it just hasn't worked for me, so I'm gonna bring this in and get some use out of it this December season. Next, we have my liquid lipstick drawer, and the only thing that I want to bring in from this drawer is this right here. This is a Nabla liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Fetish Mauve. It's a really, really pretty, exactly what it sounds like, mauve color, which I think is pretty good for this time of year. Here is what it looks like. I think I picked this up last December, so about a year ago. Wow, how time flies. Absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna bring this in from this drawer, and that's gonna do it for this drawer. And then out of this drawer right here, yeah, I think I'm gonna bring in this NARS lipstick. This is in the shade Audrey with a D. It's this really, really pretty berry red color. Here is what it looks like right there. It's very beautiful. I used to have a bunch of the NARS lipsticks, but I decluttered them all, and this is the only one that I have left. So I want to get some use out of her. And I also want to bring in this Dose of Colors liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Play It Cool. It was one of my first ever liquid lipsticks from Dose of Colors, and it is one of my favorites. So here it is right here. It's very, very similar to that Nabla, but it's got a little bit more of a warm undertone to it. And then the Nabla one up here has a little bit more of a pink undertone, so just a little bit more warm, a little bit more cool underneath, but they are very, very similar. Very different formulas though. Okay, and that is gonna, I think, yeah, that's gonna do it for this drawer. We've got all my picks. Let's fill up my beauty box. Okay, I'm gonna put the 2 palettes into my palette organizer. If you don't want what palettes Google chose for me for the month of December to be spoiled, go watch that video real fast and then come back to this one because I'm about to show which palettes were chosen for me for the month of December. But if you don't want to watch that video, then you're about to find out anyway. Look at how cute. Maybe we'll do this. Perfect. All right, and that is all of the makeup that I will be using for the month of December. If you like Shop My Stash videos, consider subscribing. I also just remembered that my new vanity is getting delivered to me this month, so that's very exciting, and that also means that a lot of very exciting content is coming related to that. I am going to try and take all of the makeup that's currently residing in my Alex drawers and put that into the drawers of my new vanity, but we'll see if it works. If you'd like to see me organize my new vanity, maybe also consider subscribing for that. And if you like this video, if you like Shop My Stash, maybe give this one a thumbs up. And I think that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.